also, I'm going to say this here on camera because it's important. One of Kash Patel's staff threatened my staff with a criminal investigation if we didn't straighten up and play ball.
I was going to ask you about that, but since you brought it up, and I didn't
I'm bringing it up.
Okay, you brought it up.
And so, like a criminal investigation having nothing to do, he said it was going to be a fraud. We're going to investigate one of your staff for fraud. Right. And he told another one of my staff this. If you guys don't straighten up, if you want to play hardball, if this is how you want to play it or something like that, this member of your staff is going to get criminally investigated for fraud. A very specific threat.
Right.
And that had just happened. So I told Bongino, I said, one of your guys is threatening my guys with an FBI investigation if we don't do what you want. And he said, I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that. Because even he understood that was not a good look. It's probably illegal, right? So the fallout of that is the FBI employee who threatened my staff. I have to tell you all this, by the way, Steve, and I have to tell all the listeners this, because this is the context in which I'm worried for the whistleblower. Mm-hmm. If they're willing to retaliate against a congressional office, which has speech or debate immunity and a lot of other protections, they may be willing to retaliate against a whistleblower.
Right.
So the person who had made the threat to one of my staff through another staff, he sent a text. I got a copy of the text that said, Massie told Bongino, I have to apologize to you, or I should apologize to you. And then he said, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. He didn't apologize. He was unrepentant, let's say, really, that kind of non-apology.
Right.
And so that's the context in which when Bongino said, I'm going to have a big powwow, I'm pulling everybody in, my spidey sense went off. Well, a few hours later, I get this second disclosure from the whistleblower attorney who says, we think they're going after the whistleblower because they're having this big giant meeting. Mm-hmm. Well, I had knowledge that a big giant meeting was happening.
Right.
So this comported with, and then I also had knowledge my own staff was being threatened.
Yeah.
So I took the attorney's letter seriously and I posted it. And I said, this is concerning. Here's the letter. I want to remind Kash Patel that it's illegal to go after whistleblowers if applicable.
Right.
I didn't say he was going after one. I said if applicable. And then within 15 minutes of me putting that letter out, Bongino called me again. But remember, this was the busiest day of my life because I got the 218th signature for the Epstein petition.
Right.
and they had Lauren Boebert over at the White House Situation Room, allegedly with Pam Bondi and Kash Patel. So while on the day that Pam Bondi and Kash Patel are trying to get one of the signatures to and I couldn't afford to lose signatures. Mm-hmm. Like I was advising Lauren Boebert before she went to the White House on the lies that they were going to tell her when she got there. And it was a very busy day, right? This is what the two Bongino phone calls on the same day.
Right.
And then we got the 218 signature. They tried to do a quarterback sneak and pass the Epstein files by my legislation by unanimous consent, which would have allowed them to hold the bill in the House forever and let it die in the House without sending it to the Senate. Like, this is all procedural stuff that I have to be tracking, or else they're going to run this thing I've been working on for 5 months off the rails.
Yeah.
And then you got to start all over, and you'll be another 5 months into this. But anyways, I was busy. I didn't take that call, and then the next day he posted some online rant that I haven't even read the whole thing yet.
You're talking about Bongino's rant.
Yeah, Bongino's
Right, right.
rant with the 2 phone records.
Yeah, he got...
At least you know, at least here's what you know. You know he did talk to me that morning.
Right.
And then I believe you can also go back and look and see that the second phone call, I don't think was a good faith effort to give me a brief. It was, I think he wanted to scream at me about publishing the second attorney's letter representing the newest whistleblower who's a current FBI employee.